Farmers at the Whangarei Heads have been working in conjunction with the Whangarei Heads Landcare Forum to help rebuild the kiwi population in the area. Murray Jagger is a farmer involved in the program.
The major learnings for us is just understanding what the birds did. We used to know there was kiwis there, we could hear them at night, but understanding more about them, how they grazed, how far they travelled. There was a general consensus that a kiwi is a nocturnal animal that comes out at night in the bush, but I don't think anybody realised that they grazed in open pastures or hunted for worms in open pastures, and they actually travel 2 or 3 k's a night. So it's probably having a greater understanding of the bird, and then that makes you appreciate some of the controls you have to put in place.
Yeah, once that's fenced off and comes back, there'll be a good place for the kiwi to hole up, particularly after the dry summer we had this year.
Yeah, it makes a good island for them on the way to the next block.
Yeah, a bit of tucker, so they can get out in the paddock and then sneak back there for a bit of a snooze during the day.
Yeah, well, they can guarantee they've got some worms there when it's dry.
Yeah.
They can transfer. We've helped support the pest eradication program, and I think that's really important, that farms that give access to the organisations that can continue to do this. But really it's just being aware of fencing off areas, to keeping stock out, and just control of animals really. That's primarily the only things we've done. Generally, farmers aren't the enemy. In fact, this environment here, the farms who joined blocks of land like the reserves that we surround, there's fewer of us than the lifestyle blocks, and it's a lot easier to manage. And when you've got multiple lifestyle blocks backing onto reserves, all wanting cats and dogs, it becomes harder to manage.
We found out in the late 90s that stoats were a problem for kiwi, didn't know before then, so we started that. And we actually got together and decided for the peninsula, we've got 6,000 hectares here, we had to work as a team, and that's where the forum, Whangarei Heads Forum, came together and got the kiwi trapping underway. There's always been kiwi at the Whangarei Heads, but they've, with the predators and particularly dogs, visitors' dogs, lifestyle dogs, hunting dogs even, when we used to have pigs out here, they've gone down and down. Since 2002 we've been trapping the area for stoats and cats. That really has increased our chick survival, because it was the stoats and cats that were getting the chicks. Teamed in that, now the community has worked really well on our dog control. Those of us with dogs do a much better job now of tying them up and not taking them to the danger spots. Adult birds pretty robust. Dogs and ferrets about the only thing that take out an adult. We thought to start with the kiwi would be up in the Whangarei forest, and one of the first things that showed us when we were releasing birds with transmitters on, just how far they moved, and they'd turn up in the rank kikuyu on the side of a road, love pampas bushes, gorse, rush bush in the middle of the paddock. So it really taught us that the kiwi were everywhere out here, which explained why we were losing quite a few to dogs at times. Before we started, the monitoring showed that 90% of kiwi chicks were getting gobbled by stoats. So survival of sort of 10% downwards. With trapping and monitoring up here, you can show you get 50, even 60% survival. So big increase. When we first started, we were getting 60 of these little stoats a year. Now we're lucky to catch a couple of dozen. We just get the reinvasion. So we think we're winning on them, but we're always working at it. They keep coming in, we keep killing them. Having the traps in the right place, near enough isn't good enough. You've got to do it really well. Something we've used the whole way through salted rabbit as a lure. Other outfits use eggs, but in Northland it seems salted rabbit's way better. Drag a rabbit in too to bring them in. They've got pretty good sense of smell, and persisting. Dog issue in Northland has been massive. In fact, we could stop stoat trapping. If we could take the dogs out of the equation, the kiwi population would stay the same or claw ahead again. We are losing a few more on roads and in back lawns of houses because there's more kiwi about, but that's a small loss compared to the breeding numbers going up. So yeah, we're going really well. We're always working hard if we just keep on keeping on.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.